So, dear students, welcome back to the next topic on Human Resource Analytics Series 2. And we're going to continue with the organization-wide alignment audit of onboarding analytics. So, we're going to dwell on the topic of what is onboarding and how analytics can put onboarding. So, we're going to understand what you mean by onboarding, because in the previous sessions, we spoke about what is meant by we spoke about attrition, we spoke about retention, and now we're going to see the next process with respect to what you mean by onboarding and how analytics actually is going to influencing onboarding. So let us quickly see that. Right now, this is actually onboarding, and now onboarding is actually a process of integrating. Now, the key word is integrating a new employee with the company and its culture. So it is actually a very critical process and onboarding. So also known as an organization socialization, where actually a new hire is getting introduced to this colleagues, okay, it's supervisors, it's a management and the environment, everything. So onboarding is a very important part of helping employees to understand what is the new position and job requirements. So onboarding is a very crucial process, and we'll slowly understand as we go into the topic that how attrition and retention actually are very highly correlated with respect to onboarding. So we'll all see that also in the coming slides. Now what are the phases of onboarding? And phases of onboarding is pre-onboarding, and where actually a lot of communication is going to the new joinees, those guys are going to join about what is the program, what is the schedule, agenda. Everything has been very clearly communicated. Any doubts, clarifications, the discussions happens, and all these things comes in the pre-onboarding phase. And what are the documents he has to bring while actually he has to join? Everything is actually done in the pre-onboarding phase, and then the physically because today we have also a virtual onboarding, but also let us stick to the concept of offline onboarding. So we're going to welcome the new hires. So that is going to the phase 2, and then once he comes in, then you have to have a very role specific training. This is very important. So you have to have a very clear role specific training. So then only the employee actually settle down and starts understanding his job role, starts feeling comfortable, and starts slowly performing. And also the easing the transition to the new role. These are all the phases of the onboarding. So this is a very critical area with respect to onboarding. And what are the 4 C's with respect to onboarding? Is the culture, the connection, the clarification, and the compliance. So for example, welcome videos about the organization, introductory presentations, and testimonials for the customer. So these are the thing. And organization charts telling about what is the very structure of an organization, the hierarchy, the reporting things and all, and what are the various procedures and all. And what is the employee handbook, where he comes to know about the rules and regulations of the organization, and also the regarding this banking, his salary accounts, his income tax, and health insurance, and safety issues, and all this stuff which can come under the compliance. And what is the connection actually, that what are the various events which is going to come up in the near period with respect to the employee, where he can really take part and really get settled down faster, and what are the real-time feedbacks, and what are the pulse surveys. So these are all coming under the connection part. So essentially there are 4 C's: culture, connection, compliance, and clarifications, and the various areas we have seen. So let us continue this. And now this is the onboarding flow. So once he gets the offer letter form, then the new joining form, and then it goes to the again there's a 2 branchings, and then it goes to the HR, and then there's a welcome email, sent email alert, and the manager is also gives a task list, onboarding task list, and then the employee joins. And then once the employee joins, then actually he is given a document management. What are the various policy documents? Everything is being given to him, and also the various forms, employee forms, the training forms, all this all are given to him also. And then the very key important part is the performance. Now, what is the expected outcome, the key result areas, what are the goals? So everything has been clearly given to him. A very good organization definitely follows this particular protocol very strongly. So next is what are some of the best practices with respect to onboarding is bring new hires on site if possible. Now, this is very, very important because physically meeting up is very, very critical. So it is very important that bring on site. But in very rare circumstances, it could be online, but on site is actually the very preferred way and very, very important. And ask the right questions. Now, you have to be very fit. They feel that how will we help them? Do we have a data driven methodology to ensure they're doing the right task at the right time? This is very, very, very important. So we have to, when you speak that they are not, they need to change what they're doing at the right time. You have to have a data or fact driven methodology. Now, this is very, very important. Then only people understand why they are actually spending more time on an area which is actually of a lesser priority to the organization and to the reporting managers. And help new hires with home office setup. This is also very, very important because when the companies settle down, because this is also very, very important, because once they feel very comfortable in at home office setup, then only they are actually going to improve the performance even further. And export your culture, so that is very important. So for example, virtual wine tastings and non-video work related topics, lunch sessions, and remote employees gathering to hear from an HR, R&D, marketing leader, other leaders. These are very critical. And this is actually the Maslow's meet onboarding, where we start with the physiological, and then we move to the safety and social needs, and self-actualization is actually the last stage. And one of the most important thing is very transparent commission. So thank you very much for this session, and look forward to meeting you on the next session. Thank you very much.